Hey guys, that's Mike here. Welcome back to the channel and welcome back to another video. So in today's video, I'm going to go over my top 5 favorite exhaust systems for your 3.7 liter Mustang V6. I did a video in the past of the top 5 best sounding, but I feel that I'm going to make a video on my favorite because there's some that are pretty good sounding, but I probably wouldn't buy it itself because of the price point or just the way they look or anything like that. So I'm going to go over my favorite personally that I would put on my Mustang. Any of these systems I would put on a 3.7 liter Mustang. Those of you follow the channel, I had a 3.7 liter Mustang for 5 years and I'd done, 20 different mods to it. I had Roush axleback systems with BBK headers on it and everything, but we're going to narrow it down to just the top 5. Let's go jump right into it. We're going to go with number 1, the Borla S-Type system. And for those of you who saw the 5.0 video of my favorite 5.0 systems, I went with the Borla Attack system because I believe the Borla Attack sounds very good with the 5.0 system. They don't necessarily sound that good with the 3.7 because they're so raspy and so loud. And so with the Borla S-Type, it's a nice it's a lesser of a louding system, and I think it perfectly portrays the 3.7 liter. You gotta be very careful with the 3.7. If you go too loud and raspy, it sounds very ricery, but if you're too low, it could sound pretty buzzy. You want to got that middle ground. You got to time it perfectly, and I think the Borla S-Type makes a nice, well-rounded system for the 3.7. I'll have you take a listen to what that sounds like. Number 2, I'm going to go with the Flowmaster American Thunder series. And if you watch the 5.0 video, I went with the Outlaw system, which is a lot louder than the American Thunder. Like I said, these 3.7s, you can't go that loud on them because they're not going to sound that good. I would never put a long tube header system on a 3.7 because they just sound horrible. And I wouldn't put an extremely loud system on a 3.7, okay? So instead of going with the Outlaw, we're going to dial it down. We're going to go with the Flowmaster American Thunder series. I think it sounds pretty decent. It's not that expensive, and Flowmaster's been around for such a long time. You know you're getting a great product. I'll have you take a listen to what that sounds like. Number 3, I gotta go with the Roush axleback system. I had Roush on my Mustang. Roush is one of the most popular V6 Mustang options because just the way they sound, man. You take a stock V6 Mustang with no rumble, you throw some axleback systems on, a Roush axleback system completely transforms and changes the sound of your Mustang. It absolutely sounds like a whole nother car, and you're not spending that much money, maybe $500, $600. Back when I had a Mustang, it was like $300, $400, but prices have gone up, so you're not going to spend that much, and you're going to get a nice, good bang for your buck, man. I think the Roush system is probably one of the best system in my opinion out of the top 5, and I would pick Roush any day of the week. So I'll have you take a listen to what that sounds like. Sport. Let's go with the Corsa Sport system. Now, they're very kind of hard to find. It's very hard to find a Corsa Sport system. You usually find the Corsa Sport for the GTs, the Corsa Extremes for the GTs, but they're out there for the V6. I would never go with an Extreme system for the V6. Like I said, the rasp. You go too raspy on it, it sounds horrible. You have to time it absolutely perfectly. So the Sport system is a nice lower ground system than the Extreme system. So obviously I went with the Extreme on the Mustang 5.0. With a 3.7, we got to stick with the Corsa Sport. I think it's a great stainless steel option. A little bit on the higher end in terms of price point, but you're definitely getting your money's worth. All right, number 5, and lastly, not in any particular order, my top 5 favorite exhaust system for the 3.7. I actually included this one in the GT version, but I'm going to include it in the V6 one, just like I included the Roush system, but I'm going to go with the MagnaFlow Straight Series system, and here's why. You go with a MagnaFlow system, you're not going to get an extremely loud system, which is what you want on a V6, right? You don't want extremely loud, but you want a pretty decent round sounding system. It doesn't have that buzzy tin can sound like a lot of the Flowmasters do, so you gotta be careful. And on top of that, the price point's kind of right in the middle, as though you were buying a Flowmaster or a Roush system, so you're not gonna break the bank. So Roush, Flowmaster, MagnaFlow, they kind of all are in the same price point. So I would go with the Flowmaster or the MagnaFlow system, as they've been around for such a long time. MagnaFlow is on all different types of vehicles, so you know you're getting a high quality product. Take a listen to what that sounds like. So that is the top 5 favorite Mustang 3.7 exhaust systems, in my opinion, for Mustang. You know, I had a 3.7 for many years, and if I were to do it all over again, those are the only 5 that I would pick personally. Like I said, I did make a video on the top 5 best sounding systems, and I just think that just because it's a great sound does not mean it's the great one for you, because you got to factor price point in, you got to factor looks, you got to factor performance, you got to factor, you know, the sound. All those different things come into collection, but I'm going to go with what I personally would pick myself. I would never go with a muffler delete. I would never go with long tube headers or an off-road X-pipe on a 3.7. I just don't think they sound good. These are the top 5 in my opinion. If you like this video, leave a like and subscribe, guys. I post new videos every week on the channel. And if you're wondering what I have done to my old Mustang, I'll put a link in the description of every mod done to that Mustang. This truck, I'll put a link in the description of every mod done to this truck, those of you who are my F150 fans, and we'll see y'all in the next video. Peace.